Hello everyone, in 7th session of Accounting Information System Development course, we're talking about Data Flow Diagram Part 2. In this session, I will explain process modeling in creating context diagram and Level 1 Data Flow Diagram. Data Flow Diagram, or what usually we call DFD, is a technique that diagrams the business processes and the data that pass among them. Data Flow Diagram has levels to help you organize and categorize the data. In this session, we will learn context diagram and level 1 data flow diagram. To create context diagram and level 1 data flow diagram, we still use same notation as we draw level 0 data flow diagram. Context diagram is the highest level on data flow diagram that defines how the business process or computer system interacts with its environment, primarily the external entities. The context diagram shows the overall business process as a single process and shows the data flows to and from external entities. Context diagrams help companies to structure a business process and record the resulting information about the interface that are relevant. Here are some notes that you have to remember when you create context diagram. First, there is only one main process in context diagram. Second, there are no data stored in context diagram. If the system uses data from or supplies data to another independent information systems, the system should be shown as an external entity, not a data store. Third, business process just have one context diagram. The following is an example case of support station. Now, we will create context diagram. When you create context diagram, the first step is start by drawing the major process based on the case under consideration in the middle of the page. Here, we name it Information System of Sportation Badminton Court. Second, identify and document all external entities. In this context diagram, there are member, course admin, and financial staff. Third, draw the interaction data flow between external entity and process. For more detail, I will explain data flow information between course admin and process. As we can see from the diagram, course admin want to create payment confirmation, so admin send input data flow payment confirmation data. Then, what do admin get back? Admin will receive payment receipt from the process. For your information, if you already create level 0 data flow diagram, you can analyze the level 0 diagram to create context diagram. Now, I will explain level 1 diagram. Each process on the level 0 DFD must be decomposed into a more explicit data flow diagram, called level 1 data flow diagram. Level 1 data flow diagram breaks down the main processes into sub-processes, and then be analyzed and improved on a more intimate level. Each process in level 0 DFD becomes a process on the level 1 DFD with the data flows. In this level, each process in the system can be more detailed. This is data flow diagram level 0 of sportation. I will going explain process 2, fill in booking form, to draw level 1 data flow diagram. How to create level 1 data flow diagram? First step is identify data flow diagram level 0 process. Then, break up the single process into sub-processes. In this level 1 data flow diagram, we have 3 processes, consisting of first process is search sports item, second process is fill in booking form, and the last process is submit booking form. The second step is identify and document all external entities and data store that relate with process and needed in this process based on the FD level 0. It's possible if there are more than one external entities. In this level 1 data flow diagram, there is one external entity, member. Because if you see in the FD level 0 in process 2, people who interact with system is member. And in this process, there are 4 data stores that we need. There are sports item, member, badminton court, and booking form. The third process of creating level 1 data flow diagram is draw the interaction data flow between external entity and process. As we can see from process 2, member will input badminton course booking information to process, and process will send it into data store. In level 1 data flow diagram, you can send data flow from one process to other process. After you finish drawing level 1 data flow diagram, check your diagram to ensure that each process already have an input and an output, and each data store should receive or send an input and an output. And make sure there are no missing data flow in level 1 data flow diagram.